Hello everybody, it's Bradley. Thank you for stopping by the channel Tripleinc. So check this out. The company Raw Spirit, they make fragrances, niche house, and they sent me this little sample set, and I'm going to do a first impression of this sample set for you guys right here live on video. I've never tried these before, never really even heard of this brand up until this point. They sent me 6 of their fragrances, all of which are unisex, and I'm going to be going through each one with you guys. Going to be letting you know what I think of them just on paper, not going to put it on my skin yet. And just sort of like an initial first impression video so you guys can get my thoughts on this little fragrance line. So I was doing a little bit of research on the company Raw Spirit just to sort of find out a little bit more about them. And apparently, photographer Russell James, this was sort of a collaborative effort with his project, the Nomad 2 Worlds, which is based in Australia. And the whole theme that Raw Spirits, I think, was trying to go for here was trying to combine and make scents that sort of are inspired by these marginalized communities, you know, all around the world, like the very culturally rich communities, sort of melding and coming together with the new modern sort of communities that are out there. And I'm going to leave a link to Raw Spirit's website as well as the Fragrantica page, so if you guys want to do a little more research on your own and find out a little bit more about this really cool brand, I will leave those linked in the description box down below. So really excited, I got no idea what to expect, have never even smelled these before. Really quickly with the names sounds really interesting. We have Wildfire, Citadel, Bijou Vert, we got Mystic Pearl right here, Summer Rain, which would be good for right now, and Desert Blush. So definitely some very interesting names, and I sort of see a common theme. You know, you got things that are outside in nature, like a bayou, desert, rain, fire, all these different types of things. All right guys, in no particular order, just gonna pick one at random right here and we'll go with it. First one is Desert Blush. Now, I haven't seen the notes for them, but each one on the inside is going to sort of have a little bit of a description about the fragrance, and this one is saying a warm, sophisticated floral scent. And judging by the color of that juice, pretty dark, so I have no idea how potent these are. I think they're eau de parfum concentration, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so we'll see how Desert Blush smells. Be careful not to spill it. Gonna dab some on there. All right, and that should be enough. Let me figure out what Desert Blush smells like right here. I'm already picking up some florals. That's the first thing that hits me. Wow, okay. Not sure if Rose is in here, but oh, wow, that changed. The initial blast is definitely very floral, I will say. That's what grabbed my nose right away, but now there's something dark and slightly musky, spicy almost coming in. I could see maybe coriander being in here. I'm not sure if it's in here or not. Warm, sophisticated. There is some warmth coming in here. At first I thought it was going to be a fresh scent, but no, it has some depth to it, definitely. At first I was thinking this is going to be a very feminine fragrance, but now I could see it definitely being unisex. And this really reminds me of something. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I don't know, the smell's nice. I could see it being pretty versatile, maybe more in the autumn or summer nights or something like that. Interesting. I'll have to keep that one to the side for now. All right, next one up, let's go with this one, Mystic Pearl. This one is described as a luminous fragrance that has a burst of ocean freshness from our signature ingredients. So I'm expecting maybe something a little bit aquatic. This one's a spray, so I'm gonna give it a couple sprays and see what Mystic Pearl is all about. There we go, nice big spray right there. Ooh, okay, right away. This one's clean. Wow. It's clean and has this, not really dryer sheet vibe to it, but something in here. It's floral. It reminds me a little bit, in a weird way, of like Smarties mixed at my grandma's house. My grandma's house, she has like this, you know, that kind of tuberose, very floral smell. That's in here, mixed with that sort of little bit of sweetness that you get from the Smarties. I don't know if that makes sense at all. It is very refreshing, I'll say. Very light, clean, inoffensive. You could wear this, I think, in the daytime and in the summer and spring and not going to offend anybody. Oh, just in the air, it smells really, really good. I think I'm like Mystic Pearl a little bit better so far. This is very interesting and unique. Okay, let's continue. Next, let's go with, this one, Bijou Vert. This says a fresh fragrance with sensual depth. Very interesting to see what a Bijou Vert. I'm expecting a green fragrance just by the name Vert. Okay, definitely right away green and quite sharp. I'm not 100% sure, but I smell some sort of a maybe grapefruit in here. Definitely vetiver, I think. That smells like vetiver to me. You know what, this reminds me a little bit of the vetiver that's in Hermescent's Tonka, or vetiver Tonka, should I say. It has that same sort of vibe, but replace the hazelnut dry down with more tart citruses up front. This is actually really, really nice, guys. I think it could be really good for spring. This one's a little more masculine than the first two, I think. Definitely a guy could wear it, no problem. And yeah, this seems to me, if you like something like Duetto Citadelle that I got down here, if you like vetiver scents, sort of like Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver, mix that with a little bit of a tartar citrusy note, a little bit sharper. Right off the initial blast, it smells really good. Be interesting to see if this one actually performs or not. So Bijou Vert, I think probably my favorite so far, definitely the most wearable out of these two, at least for a guy. Okay, let's go with this one next. This one's called Wildfire. Definitely with a name like that, I'm expecting something smoky and a little bit dark. So it's going to be interesting to see. All these have been relatively fresh and clean so far. Let's see how they're going to incorporate that with this next one. And if I'm not mistaken, this is, I think, one of their most popular offerings in the line. This is a dry, woodsy, sensual scent is what it's classified as. So let's give this one a spray on paper and see what we get. There we go, good amount right there. Smoke detector about to go off? No? Yes, guys, there's a hint of smoke in here. Definitely not as, like, you know, burnt smoky as I was expecting, but that's a good thing because this is actually wearable. A lot of these really super smoky scents aren't even wearable because you just smell like you left a bonfire, which I don't think is necessarily that appealing. This one has a little bit of a creaminess and definitely woods, very dry. It's dry, yet has this creaminess. I think from the smoke is the dryness and the creaminess. Probably sandalwood of some sort in here, I'm assuming. All right, that's really nice. Actually, it's starting to change right now, too. Definitely no sweetness in here, I would say. Maybe that a little bit of added sweetness, a little bit of added spice would amp this one up a little bit, but as it sits right now, it's a kind of a clean, smoky scent, if that makes any sense to you. Definitely interesting. Probably the most interesting one that I've tried so far. Will be interesting to see how this develops as well, to see if that smoke note comes up a little bit more towards the dry down. But this is a first impressions video after all, and right away I'm impressed of how they combined a clean sort of a scent with this smokiness. Okay guys, we got two left. Let's go with this one next. This one is called Summer Rain. So I think would be pretty good for summer with a name like that. And this is a fresh and invigorating citrus fragrance. That's right up my alley. You guys all know I love Atelier Cologne. Probably the best citrus in the business right now for me. So let's see if this one can live up to my citrus hype, if you will. I feel like it's some citruses mixed with florals or something a little bit watery about this maybe. There's definitely some kind of, it's very flowing, it's very light as well. I think this is for someone who is not really into fragrances that much, that wants a very fresh, clean, unassuming fragrance that is, you know, going to just smell citrusy and uplifting, refreshing. Definitely for hot weather, this could be really nice. Maybe the heat needs to get on it for it to actually come out, but as of right now, I'm not getting a whole lot. Just fresh, clean, reminds me a little bit of Mystic Pearl over here. This is a little bit more full, I would say. This is just a little bit too watery for me. It's nice, but doesn't really blow me away at all. It just has a nice sort of fresh cleanness to it. And let's go with the last one. This is Citadel, a very interesting, refreshing name right there. So Citadel, a clean, refreshing fragrance. So another clean, refreshing one. That seems to be the theme of raw spirits, keeping it relatively on the fresh side of things. All right, guys, last sample. Maybe this one will be a home run. Okay, so let's go with Citadel. I feel like there's a note in here that is in all the other ones too, but I can't put my finger on it. It's something at the end of the day that gives it a fresh cleanness. Maybe there's also vetiver in this one, I'm not sure. But yeah, this reminds me a little bit of Summer Rain. It has the, and maybe Bijou Vert. The vetiver and freshness is what I get from this. Again, it is pretty nice, but it's not really knocking my socks off. I think the quality is here with definitely all of these. It is very nice, fresh. It's starting to change a little bit now. Maybe a little bit of some pepper coming in, maybe? I don't know. So Citadel reminds me a lot of Summer Rain. So my final thoughts on this little first impression video. Which one is my favorite, you may ask? It's got to be between... Ooh, that's smelling really good now. Got to be between Wildfire right there and maybe Mystic Pearl, to be honest. Yeah, that's smelling really good. You know what? I think Mystic Pearl, if you're a woman out there and you're looking for a very nice, fresh fragrance that's somewhat aquatic with a little bit of the smarty sweetness, as I've been picking up, this one could be really good, Mystic Pearl. And maybe a little more on the unisex side, Wildfire has some smoke, but still very wearable, has a cleanliness underneath. And Bijou Vert, I think, would be third place. Really, I can sense the quality all throughout this line right here. It's in every single fragrance, and it seems to have a freshness that sort of runs through all of them, I think is really nice. So if you guys want to know more about the house of Raw Spirit, I will, like I said, leave some information down below. I believe their fragrances come in a variety of sizes, ranging up to, I think, 100 ml is the largest, and they have these sample packs you can get on their website as well. So if you want to test them out, then I would highly recommend doing so, especially if you like generally fresh fragrances like myself. This has pretty much everything you can want for fresh fragrances. So thank you, Raw Spirit, for sending me this little sample set right here. I really enjoy going through all of these. So that was it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this little first impression sampling video. I got a lot of samples, and if you guys want to see me sort of sample some higher end niche lines, I will definitely do so. So please, really looking for your feedback in the comment section down below. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully we'll see you back on my channel sometime soon with another video. Got some outdoor videos lined up for you pretty soon. And yeah, hopefully have a great day. Peace.
I should quit chasing and look for something better, but the smile that she shows makes me a go-getter. I haven't gone as far as asking if I could get with her. I just play love by ear and hope she gets the picture. I'm shooting for her heart.